For breakfast, we have 2 strawberry protein waffles, 4 eggs with some ketchup on top. They also have 4 turkey sausages, and then they have some strawberries and a banana, and of course we have water to start off the day. Got some rice, white rice, some chili with some mozzarella cheese, some peanuts for some healthy fats, and an apple and some Greek yogurt. Like I always tell you guys, make sure you get out and move around. Make sure you figure out a way to exercise. Don't care what it is. Exercise, move around, sweat, and burn calories, guys. We gotta live as long as possible, right? But today, I wanted to just talk about something, which is your own actions. Now, this isn't necessarily just gym related. This is life related, and I just want to talk to you guys about this. Like, I know we just had an election, and some people are very happy with who won the election, and some people aren't very happy with who won the election. I'm not going to get into, any of the nitty gritty details of who I voted for or blah blah blah. But I will say this, and I do want to let you guys know. You guys, many of us are so worried about who won the election in America and how the world's going to end or how the world's not going to end and blah 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 blah. And everybody puts so much faith into politicians, into other leaders, into famous people. Guys, it doesn't matter who the president is or who your leader is. It matters in the grand scheme of things, but in regards to your immediate life, what really matters the most is you, your own actions, what you do in your everyday life. That is the most important thing when it comes to any decision making for yourself. It's your own decisions. People want to put blame on world leaders or, people who have a bigger name than them and have control of the outside world, not your inside world, but the outside world and outside influence that you cannot influence and you cannot change. You cannot change the election results, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't control what the president does or whatever somebody else does. You can't control that, you know what I'm saying? But you can control your own actions. And that is integral to your success. Nobody's gonna make you wake up and wake up on time and go to work, or make you wake up on time and make sure you go to the gym. Nobody's gonna write that book for you. Nobody's gonna, write that poem for you. Nobody's gonna do your homework for you. Nobody's gonna clean your house for you. Nobody's gonna push you to, chase your dreams. Nobody's gonna do that other than you. Stop looking for people to blame for your own actions and your own problems, and take accountability for what you need to do as an adult, as a person, and do what you gotta do. Like, stop worrying about the things you cannot control. That is our issues. We worry about the stuff we cannot control. We get so stressed out about it, and then that stress affects your own actions on an everyday basis. Guys, whatever dream you have, whatever thing you want to reach, whatever goal you want to, accomplish, it starts with you. It starts with you taking accountability for yourself, for your own actions. And then I'm a firm believer, if you are, putting in the work and doing what you need to do and taking your own accountability and, fucking just, have a fucking goal in mind and have a roadmap to that goal, that's what matters, not the president. You feel me? So I just want to say that, guys. Stop putting blame on other people for why you aren't where you are and why you feel the way you feel. Focus on yourself and focus on your actions and control what you can control, and let the rest work itself out. The world is not going to end depending on who the president is. So I want you guys to be positive, work hard, do the best you can, and focus on yourself, and, block out the outside noise. Social media and media wants you to fucking feel frantic. They want you to feel like you can't, live with certain outcomes and that your life is over. In reality, it's not. Your life is you're still alive. You're watching it, you're still alive, and be grateful for that. So, as you guys know, I'll see you in the gym, so let's get it. Alright guys, so we're on the Stairmaster, like usual. And we got a little buddy right here, got a C4. We need a little bit of energy, need a little bit of pick me up, even though I said I was feeling good. I haven't really consumed like caffeine the last couple weeks, so, this should help me out quite a bit today. So, yeah, but like I said, Stairmaster. I'm here for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so. We'll see how we're feeling. Legs a little sore. And then, yeah, this machine gives me the best sweat out of all the other machines, like cardio machines possible. So That's the main reason why I use the Stairmaster a lot for a warm-up, just because it gives me a great sweat and gets my body warm really quickly, as you guys can see. Breathing kind of heavily, but that's what you want for warm-up. But let's get after it. Let's have a great workout, and yeah, 5 minutes done. All right, guys, so we're gonna hit some close grip lat pull down with some lat push downs to kind of tear up our back, and then we're gonna do 3 to 4 sets each. And we're gonna go really, really quickly just because I don't got a lot of time in the gym, and we're gonna try to fucking cook our lats. So let's get after it. I don't know, but something about close grip lat pull down just gives me a phenomenal stretch of my lats. I just think because of the NutriGrip handle and the hand placement, it just, activates your lats really well. But as you guys know, with any lat pull down, I'm going to go up slow, let the thing stretches all the way up, and then slightly arch our back on the bottom, splitting our shoulder blades up the top and pinching our shoulder blades at the bottom. As you guys know, you guys probably know how to do lat pull down if you're watching my fucking videos, but hey, for the new viewers who do not know how to do lat pull down correctly, I'm always going to educate you. And then that's, of course, going right into our stiff arm lat push down. I'm like, this is technically a vertical movement. I usually tell people, you only need one vertical movement, and then you only need like maybe one, rowing exercise, and then maybe like, a little extra like cable exercise, something like that, just kind of, work your back entirely and have a pretty good workout with your back. This is technically a vertical movement too. You can kind of mix and match things together. You can do 2 vertical movements and 2 rowing movements. It really depends on you, your back, and also like what gives you the best stimulus. And for me, as you guys know, I can beat the shit out of my back. I can, I can beat it up pretty good to get a pretty good, pump, pretty good lift. It's something that I can, train very, very hard. Like some things I can't, like my hamstrings, my biceps, I can literally do 4 sets and be done with those, and I will be totally cooked. But my back is something that I can train and do a lot of volume and train pretty heavily, actually, honestly. And I don't really train super duper heavy anymore just because I'm trying to grow. But if I really want to, my back can take a lot of load. No diddy, pause. But yeah, everybody's going to have that muscle group that they can definitely, work way harder than the other. And they're going to have the muscle group that you do a couple sets and you're like, fuck, I'm cooked. But you know what I'm saying? All about progressive overload. I do believe that you can train your body to accept and take on more volume as you get, more and more advanced in the gym. But you will have those strengths and weaknesses of your body. So it's very rare that you have somebody who's completely balanced, and every muscle group on them it's pretty balanced. Like it's not very common. It happens. Some people are just genetic anomalies. Like I would say personally, I'm a very balanced physique outside of maybe my hamstrings. And I think my biceps are also maybe a weakness of mine. But otherwise, my biceps are still big. My hamstrings are still big. You know what I'm saying? They're still strong, but they're not shredded yet. So even I have weaknesses, but it's very rare to see somebody who has everything going for them. And my waist isn't too super duper small, so in order for me, if I also get on stage, I would believe that I would have to really, and I already got nice shoulders, but I would really have to put in a lot of overtime on my shoulders to really give me that great V taper to make my waist look a little bit smaller. Really work on my lats a lot. It's because, like I said, I don't really have my waist is small, but it's not like super duper small. Well, I don't know. Maybe I can ask a bodybuilding coach exactly what they think my physique is like, because I am still going through the cut. So I guess we can see one time my lower body fat percentage and lower weight and see actually, because I could be wrong. I'm not a bodybuilder per se. I train like a bodybuilder. I want to physique like a bodybuilder, but I'm not necessarily a bodybuilder because I haven't gotten on stage and I haven't hired a coach to help me with that process. But that is something that I think I do want to do eventually. I think I want to get down and be shredded as much as possible, and then maybe hire a coach or get a coach and, to kind of help me get on stage and see if it's something I want to do. I want to go to see like a performance first. I would like to go see, actual like people on stage and get the atmosphere and see the vibe and see if that's something that like I would want to watch, and then that's something I want to watch and enjoy, then yeah, why not try to get on stage? If I like it, I like it. Then I can keep doing it, and push my limits and see how great I can get at bodybuilding. If I don't, then I don't. You know what I'm saying? At least I tried and said, it's not for me. But I wouldn't be shocked if I love it, because I'm a former athlete, football, basketball, ran track, and I'm an actor. I love entertaining people. I love, being in the spotlight. I'm an introvert, but I also do like entertaining people and, giving people a good time. The worst thing possible to do in the gym is to not check if your headphones are going to die, because that's exactly what happened to me. So my headphones are dead right now, and I can't listen to my goth music, and I can't put power into my goth music, so I'm not happy at all. So you're going to have to slug through this workout and finish, but it is what it is. Guys, make sure that your headphones are charged before you go to the gym so you're not an idiot like me. So let's finish. And back to the entertainment aspect, like I just mentioned what I do, but like it's a weird thing. Like I'm very introverted, guys. Like I don't go out of my way necessarily to go meet people or talk to people. I would rather be at home. But at the same time, I do enjoy the attention. I do enjoy being like, I don't say praised, but acknowledged for the hard work I put in on projects, on my body, on the things that I do. I do like that validation of, being known for being a hard worker and being good at what I do. So there is those levels and those layers with that. And also too, like I said, I'm introverted. I would never go out my way to talk to somebody unless it's something that I'm really interested in, like fitness, like, movies, like nerdy comic book shit and stuff like that, or anything like that, like Harry Potter, Star Wars, all that shit. Like I won't go out my way to talk to anybody. But at the same time, I'm very social. I might not go out my way to talk to people, but I can hold a conversation pretty well and, carry a conversation. So, it's kind of weird sometimes with introverts that we are very introverted, but we also can be extroverts depending on who we're around and depending on the situation, you know what I'm saying? And it's very weird too. A lot of creative people are introverts, and you would think otherwise. Like I said, I'm in acting, and most actors I know, very, very, very introverted, and they don't really have many friends. So, guys, you want to be my friend? Please be my friend. It'd be awesome. I don't really have a lot of friends, guys. You guys are my friends through this fucking, form of media right here. So, if you guys do see me ever in the gym, or ever see me out in public, please stop by and say hello. I will say hi, and we can have a conversation. So, guys, we're gonna do a rope pull row, just to hit our lats a little bit more, just get a great stretch. And we want to pair that with a superset with some cable reverse flies to hit our rear delts. We're going to do 3 or 4 sets, and then we're going to finish with biceps and call it a day. Man, that lighting made me look kind of wild. Look, ooh, look, I got a lot of character. But yeah, let's get it done. And this is something kind of new that I'm trying, and it's very similar to, like, it's a cable row, of course, but it's very similar to, like, if I was, like, doing a seated cable row or something like that. But the main focus with this is, as you guys can see, I have that strap type of enhancement that goes around my wrist, so I can pull with my wrist instead of, like, always having to pull my hand, so my grip isn't the limiting factor, and my forearms aren't going to be as tired. So my whole goal right now, as you guys can see, is to pull back and then go slow on the way down, so the cable and the weight can like keep tension on those lats and to stretch me forward as much as possible. And that's why I'm taking my time as much as possible. And to me, guys, best rear delt exercise, in my humble opinion, is the standing reverse fly to really hit those rear delts. And I believe with these, I may have started off a little bit too heavy, but it's okay. I'm still able to get decent reps out. I'm still taking my time and getting that great stretch of our rear delts. You can kind of see it. You can kind of see the definition of rear delts right here. It's kind of hard to see because of the lighting, and I'm very, very dark. So, but yeah, this is cooking the shit out of my rear delts. I usually only have to do like 1 rear delt exercise if I'm doing any isolating of the rear delt, just because you're doing so many, pulling movements on the pull day, right? So you already technically working those rear delts anyway. So You only need really one isolating movement when it comes to your rear delts. And if you really want to cook the fuck out of your rear delts, you can do a second exercise too, to tear them up if you really want to. But it's not necessary. It's like your biceps, right? I don't really need to do bicep exercises. I really don't want to. I just pick one great bicep exercise that is going to give me a full range of motion, especially on the stretching part of the lift, and then, do 3 to 5 sets. But if you have time, if you have the energy to do 2 exercises for your triceps, that's totally fine. Totally fine. Especially if that's your main focus is growing your biceps, you could go ahead and do 2 exercises. And maybe it'd be better for you to start off with biceps instead of your back. There's this misconception that you always have to start with the heaviest lift. You always have to start with a lift that's going to give you, it's going to take the most energy. No. The best thing for you in the gym is your goals. And if you are wanting to build bigger biceps because your back is overdeveloped and you don't really need that much work on your back, then of course, start with your biceps first and then do your back. Same thing goes like if you're doing a push day. If you know that your chest is very dominant and you don't really need to train your chest that much because it's just automatically, genetically just great, but you know that your delts are very weak and your triceps are very weak, then, put some more work on your triceps and put some work on your delts. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, you guys already know, my hamstrings is weaker than my quads. So I don't really do a lot of quad work. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I'd rather put the energy and the time into my hamstrings because that's the weaker part of my leg than putting all this emphasis into my quads when I don't really need to train them that much because they're already nice. So start prioritizing muscle groups that you're weaker in so you can have a more balanced physique and so that you can grow really quickly and you can see these gains come very quickly, because a lot of times people are only working on their strengths and not on their weaknesses, and then they wonder why my calves so small, why my biceps so small, why this is so small, why is this not growing, because you're putting too much emphasis on your strengths. And it's easy to do that because I've already mentioned this before in other videos, but it's easy to work on your strengths because it's fun to train because they're already strong. But, the challenging part is working on your weaknesses and then seeing yourself grow in those weaknesses. And then you just enjoy the process of your weaknesses becoming a strength. And then you just see, you see the progress in the process. And then you actually start to love your weaknesses because they're no longer weaknesses. They're fucking big. They're fucking strong. They're fucking thick. They're fucking dense. And now you're like, fuck yeah, my fucking buys are fucking amazing. They're huge. I got a great peak. And then, yes, my calves. I know nobody cares about fucking calves. My calves are amazing. Look at that fucking rounded out fucking calf right there. It looked like a fucking boob. It looked like a fucking titty on the back of my fucking leg. All right? Like, seriously, you will start to, enjoy training the weaker parts of your body because you will see the most progress, because usually people don't put in that time and effort, guys. So put in the time and effort, guys. Put in time and effort on the stuff that you're weak in. And that's not even just about the gym. That's just in general. That's just in general in life. If you're weak at something, work on it. It's going to make your life easier. It's going to make you happier. It's going to make you a better person, a better man, better woman. Work on those weaknesses. For biceps, we're going to hit some cable bicep curls, 3 to 4 sets. And then we'll see if I have any more time to do anything else. But if not, that is it. And for me, one of the weaknesses I had or have in my life that I've gotten pretty good at, I would say, is not blaming other people for my problems. Like when I was younger, I always find a reason to blame others. Like, it's his fault I was at work late because he was driving too slow, or it's her fault that blah, 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 blah. No. I started to learn that I need to take accountability for my own actions, and that's what made me a better man, a better person, and just better in general. Because if you don't take accountability, it's gonna be hard to be around that type of person. It's gonna be hard to actually build foundational fucking relationships with people. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's important, incredibly important to be humble and to admit when you're wrong and learn from it, guys. So learn from your weaknesses. But as you guys can see, we already talked about it. We're doing some cable curls, and in my opinion, cable curls are awesome because they give you that full range of motion to lengthen out that bicep all the way fully. It fucking burns, and then those cables keep great tension on those biceps the entire time. Just you're gonna get a little bit of front delt action too, but it definitely burns the shit out of your biceps. In my opinion, I think the best place, our best hand placement is for the handles to rest at where your hands are, like naturally by your side. And then you can step forward a couple steps, how many steps you want that's comfortable. And then start curling. You don't have to lean forward as much as I am right now. It's just all about making sure you're able to get that full lengthening at the bottom so your biceps can fully stretch out. And then, yeah, fucking kill those biceps. As you guys can see, look, fully lengthening out just like that. Taking my time on the bottom, not rushing it. This is an amazing little, I look pretty fucking pumped up right now. But just like that, guys. Really take your time. Don't rush it. It's not about the fucking how fast you can go. It's about really milking out that fucking stretch, milking out that time and attention. As you guys can see, just like that. I look like a fucking beast. My delts are popping. My biceps are popping. My forearms are popping. Everything's popping because Big Papa is taking his time. He's not rushing. You don't rush things in life, people. You don't rush things in life because you cannot learn that way, and you will not be able to succeed if you always rush, because you're going to overlook things. And don't rush in the gym, guys, because you're going to overlook yourself in the gym, and you're not going to actually focus on the little things that is incredibly important for growth. So take your time in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Focus on that stretch, focus on that full range of motion, and push yourself as hard as you can, like I always say. And as you guys see, look on my face, I'm definitely in pain. I'm definitely, it's definitely not comfortable. There's a lot of discomfort right now in my biceps because I've only took like 45-second breaks in between all these sets, and then we're at the 4th set right now, and my biceps are fucking on fire. Even though I'm in pain right now, I'm still taking my time and having full range of motion and not fucking, giving up because it hurts. Pain is in your brain. Pain is in your brain. You can ignore it. Stop having that bitch voice and telling you to give up. We don't listen to that bitch voice. Listen to that G voice in your head, that G voice, that gangster voice. That's what we're listening to. And as you guys can see, I cannot get a full range of motion, so I'm doing some partial reps, lengthening portion to really pump out as many reps as possible for extra gains. And today was a pretty good day.
For our next meal, we have some leftover tacos, black beans, Spanish rice, mozzarella cheese, and high fiber tortillas.
For dinner, we got some baked potatoes, some vegetables, and some chicken tender. For dinner, we got some baked potatoes, also some vegetables as corn, peas, carrots, and look like green beans. And then we got some chicken tenders too.
For dessert, we're gonna have some cereal. I know, very simple, right?
It's time to work now.